Hey geeks, it's Andrea. The most important place to feel comfortable is in your own home. These are a few cases that are incredibly disturbing because they take away from that comfort for the people legally living in their homes. Geeks, tomorrow is the last day of Horror Month. It's also the last day to get your t-shirt, and we will be getting in Discord tomorrow night to do creepypasta readings. So be sure to show up for that. Alright geeks, let's go. Miguel Lua. This is the case of an ex-boyfriend that just does not know how to stay away. A woman put her cell phone on her charger on Saturday night before going to bed. When she woke up in the morning, it was gone. Her digital camera was also missing. When she left the house, she found the digital camera in the car, but that wasn't where she had left it. That night, she returned home and noticed that there was some brown debris on the carpet under her attic door and heard a sound. So she called the police. Very smart woman. She assumed it was her ex-boyfriend, Miguel Lua, so she informed them about him. They found him hiding under some insulation with several burned candles, a coat, and some shoes. Police said it looked like he had been there for a while. Lua had taken her phone and digital camera to see if she was texting, calling, or taking pictures with other men. Carlo Castellanos Feria. Here is a story that could have been so much worse. 32-year-old valet Carlo Castellanos Feria copied the key of the director of physical therapy, 35-year-old Michelle Fredenberg-Onion. They were both working at the same hospital at the time. Carlo lived under Michelle's bed for at least 2 days before a male friend of her noticed movement on the floor. When he looked under the bed, he found Carlo and beat him with a flashlight to hold him until police got there. Fortunately, neither Michelle nor her friend were hurt. Michelle said that he had been stalking her for months and even showed up at her church looking for her. Although they can only prove that he was there a couple days, she had noticed her bed move a week prior. What makes this case so scary is that under the bed they found a bag with condoms, a power cord, and latex gloves. The bag also contained a videotape showing him installing a camera and crawling under the bed, and another camera with a tape in it. Velma Kellen's mysterious squatter. There is a huge question here. Is it scarier to find the person squatting in your home or to never find them? Velma Kellen noticed weird things happening for months. There were simple things like her gate being unlatched even though she was positive she had latched it, and there were things like the house mysteriously smelling like marijuana smoke out of nowhere. When winter came, she had a hard time keeping her house warm, so she assumed her furnace was broken. She bought a new furnace, but the issue still persisted. So she called a repairman to find out what the issue was. And she certainly did. The repairman discovered that her ducts had been cut and there were tons of alcohol bottles. They could have been living there for almost a year. What makes this scarier is that she has 3 dogs and none of them noticed. Crazy ex-boyfriend. A South Carolina woman by the name of Tracy began to believe that her house was haunted. She started to notice thumping sounds and even nails popping out of her ceiling. After a couple of weeks, some of her adult sons and nephews decided to go into the attic and check things out for her. They found a man sleeping in the attic inside of a heating unit covered in coats. This uninvited guest was Tracy's ex-boyfriend from 12 years prior. 90 days before spending the whole 2 weeks living in her attic, he had gotten out of prison for stealing Tracy's car. In the attic, they had found holes in the air vent that he had cut to watch her, and cups full of urine and feces. The ex-boyfriend fled the scene. This was in 2012, so I imagine they caught him, but I can't find any updates on the story. Denver SpiderMan. In September of 1941, Theodore Conies visited Philip Peters' house to ask him for a handout. When he noticed that Peters wasn't home, he broke into the house intending to steal food and money. Instead, he found a small door in the ceiling of a closet. This door led to a small cubbyhole, so he decided to move in. When Peters would go out for the day, Conies would come out to eat food and go to the restroom. On October 17, 1941, after about 5 weeks, Conies came out of the cubby thinking Peters was out of the house. Peters was in the house and discovered Conies at his refrigerator. Peters struck Conies in the head with a cane he used, but Conies began to club him with an old pistol that belonged to Peters. Once the pistol broke, Conies continued to beat him with a heavy iron stove shaker. Conies bludgeoned Peters to death. He was 73 years old. The story doesn't end there though. Conies returned to his cubby afterwards. That same day, a neighbor discovered Peters' body and called the police. The murder confused the police because all of the doors and windows were locked. Peters' wife soon returned to move back into the house. She had been staying at the hospital after breaking a hip the entire time Conies was living in the cubby. She hired a housekeeper to help her, and the two kept hearing weird sounds. The housekeeper quit. because she was so sure that the house was haunted. So Mrs. Peters moved to Colorado to live with her son. Conies remained in the house. Police made regular checkups to the house. On July 30, 1942, a policeman heard a lock click on the second floor. He ran upstairs and saw Conies' leg as he was jumping into the trapdoor and yanked him down. Alright geeks, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I don't know about you, but these stories gave me the creeps to a severe extent. The day I wrote this, I was walking one of our dogs and he kept trying to get under some bushes next to the house, and I was like, well, someone's living down there. Don't be a chicken like me. The chances of these happening are incredibly low. Just keep yourself safe. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for me and come back tomorrow for the last day of Horror Month. Before you go, leave us a like and a comment and share with your friends. Alright geeks, I will see you tomorrow.